This time on LakeErieSportFishing.com's Tips and Tricks, we're going to teach you how you can save some money by tying your own crawler harnesses. So let's get started and show you what you got to do. Now to start tying your crawler harness, we need to pull off about 3 foot of this leader line here. Now the reason why we're making such a long leader on this is because we're going to be using this for a bottom bouncer rig. And typically those leaders are 3 to 4 foot long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by demonstrating to you how to tie a snell knot. And to do that, grab a hook, and what you do is you start the rig by taking the line and putting it through the eyelet of the hook. And you want to go back about so far on the hook. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 5 to 7 loops up the shank of the hook with the line that's coming into the top of the hook here. So here's what we do. Grab the line, go behind the eyelet like that, wrap up 5 to 7 times. Now that we have them loops wrapped on it, what I'm going to do is go grab the other side of the line, and we're going to run it right back through the eyelet of the hook again. And we're going to pull it tight. And believe it or not, that's it. Now, because we want to make this a dual hook crawler harness, we're going to repeat the process. So let me grab another hook. And typically I like to run a little bit bigger of a hook on the front. So again, we'll do the same thing. We'll run the line through the eyelet, pull it onto the line, but this time the only difference is we're going to stop it at the position that we want this top hook to be at. So I like to be about 3 inches, 3 to 4, somewhere in there. So again, I pinch the line to the shank of the hook, and now I'm going to make my 5 to 7 loops here. So here we go, 5 to 7 loops. Okay, I'm going to hold the line tight there, grab the tag end, and I'm going to go right back through. That, pull tight. Now we have the harness tied for you. Now since we have the hooks tied on the harness, our next step is to add some beads. Now what my recipe is, I add 4 to 5 beads from the top hook to where the blade hits on. So let's add those in right now. And your beads can be any color you want, whatever it is, but in Lake Erie I tend to like gold. So we'll thread 4 to 5 beads on here. Another great thing about these beads is you can actually go to the craft store and buy these, so they're a very inexpensive part of this project. Okay, now we have our 5 beads on our rig. Now I'm going to pause for a minute. We're going to talk a little bit about the 2 different types of clasps that are available for the crawler harness tying. One is a fixed clasp, and this you cannot change the color of the blade. You actually have to change the harness, or you have to cut the line, pull the stuff apart, add your different blade, and then tie it back together. The second type is a quick change clasp. This is what I really recommend for you guys, because if you put your base color of gold on, any of these blades out now, they typically have a gold back, so then you can change your blades and be back in the water quicker. So for our application, we're going to use the quick change clasp. So let me add that onto our harness here. Yep, that's on. Now I'm going to add 2 more beads to the top to finish off the dressing of the harness. Now we have to figure out how we want to affix this to the bottom bouncer. Now most of the bottom bouncers you can buy these days will have some sort of snap swivel or something to clip your actual bottom or your crawler harness to the bottom bouncer. So what you can do are 2 different things. You can actually tie a swivel on this, which is a good way to do it. But what I do is I just make a loop. So you fold the line in half and you wrap it around your fingers, so then you have the line wrapped around, and you take the loop and you push it through the loop that you made twice. So there's once, there's twice, and you pull it tight, and that makes it real easy for you to clip to the bottom bouncer. Now our final step is to choose what color blade we want, and we'll clip this on real quick here. Grab our clasp. You just take the blade, push it on there, and we're in business. Well, there's an easy way for you to tie a crawler harness. I'll see you on the water.